I'm taking meatloaf and spreading it out, layering on top sauteed onions, mushrooms, and gonna sprinkle some blue cheese on it, roll it up like a jelly roll, bake it, put some cream of mushroom soup on top of it, bake it some more to create a meatloaf like you've never seen. Don't miss any of my recipes. If you haven't already, click subscribe over here. If you're looking for the recipe, it's gonna be down in the description of the video. We're gonna start with the basic meatloaf recipe. I have 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. It's an 80-20 ratio in terms of lean beef to fat. I like a little fat in my ground beef. I think that makes your meatloaf a little more moist in the end. So 1.5 pounds of ground chuck, 80-20. We're gonna add in a piece of white bread that I've had soaking in a 1/2 cup of whole milk. We're gonna add 1 egg. Half a cup of chopped onions. 1 teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of pepper. And 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So you gotta get your hands dirty here. Take your rings off, because we've got to combine the meat with all these ingredients. I like to put my hand in it and get it all messy. So squish it around, break the egg up, break that piece of bread up. So let's get a cookie sheet, put some tin foil on top of it, and we're gonna spread our meatloaf onto the cookie sheet in the foil and create this big rectangle, okay? Don't make it too thick, because remember, we're gonna try to roll this up like a jelly roll. So, put your meatloaf down, and then like I said, let's form it into a rectangle. We're gonna put our stuffing on top of our meatloaf rectangle here before we roll it up. I've taken a 1/2 cup of chopped onions, 3/4 cups of sliced mushrooms, and sauteed them in 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna mix that mixture with some bread cubes. Now, bread cubes are like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch bites of crunchy bread. It's almost like a crouton. You can buy a bag of these, or you can make them yourself. All you need is a stack of white bread. Chop them up into little 1/2 inch bites, spread them out onto a cookie sheet, and put them in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes at 200 degrees, and that'll create your own homemade bread cubes. So we're gonna mix 1 cup of bread cubes with our 1/2 cup of sauteed onions and 3/4 cups of mushrooms. So on top of our meatloaf, we're gonna put our stuffing, the onions, bread, and the mushrooms. Now we're gonna sprinkle parsley on top of that. Then let's sprinkle our blue cheese on. I've got 3/4 cup of blue cheese crumbles. Don't worry if the cheese falls off, it's all right. All right, our meatloaf's ready for us to roll. Now, it's easier said than done. This isn't gonna be easy. It isn't gonna be pretty. Stuff's gonna fall out. It's okay. And if you're only able to get one little fold over, it's fine. So we're gonna attempt to roll our meatloaf like a jelly roll and then place it into a baking dish, all right? We're gonna transfer it to a baking dish. All right, and it actually held together pretty well. If it falls apart, just try to form it back into your little roll. But if you go slow, it usually will work out. Awesome. All right, so there's our stuffed meatloaf. We've got it rolled up, we got it stuffed. Now, our oven's preheated at 350 degrees. We're gonna bake it for 1 hour, but we're not done with it. After an hour, we're gonna pull it out And we're gonna put our cream of mushroom soup on top and bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes. Whoa. This is no mundane meatloaf. It's literally got flavor exploding out of the center. If you like blue cheese, then you are in for a treat. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button right there. It's right there. It'll do me a huge favor. After eating this meatloaf, you're gonna want something sweet, so check out this dessert playlist I made. I'll see you guys next time.